What's going on, John? What's going on, John, my brother? Nwabufo Ude Mezue. What's going on? I already talked about Kemi Adetiba. We talked about the fact that she got proposed to at the wall, or beyond the wall, age beyond 30 years of age, and we talked about that already. So maybe you may want to talk about that, or come back and watch this video once we're done. But you're going to be entertained with what we're about to talk about right now. And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestateWholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author, and those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. So he's been attacking people. One of the people he's attacked in recent times is Jordan Peterson, right? This guy right here. So now Jordan Peterson is somebody I'm still following. There's a video of him going viral attacking the manosphere and the red pill community in recent times, and I want to play that video right about now, and then I will come back to the videos of Rollo, if I have it. I'm not sure if I have it, of Rollo attacking him. Let's see. Rollo Tomassi. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, I have that video right here. Okay. All right, so he did not directly attack him, but attacking a lot of his points. But again, I'm not sure if because rightfully so, Rollo has claimed that Jordan Peterson is blue pilled because of this kind of videos. Let's watch this video right here. Interesting. Let's see. All right, great.
That's not your problem. Your problem is why you can't find the woman you want. Yeah. And you have to assume that's your problem, because otherwise you have to assume that it's the women's problem. And really? They're all wrong and you're right. Really? Lucky you. Maybe you are. You're an undiscovered gem of some sort.
What's going on, Sahil?
Probably not.
All right, so let me play the second video. Let's see, the second video. Let's see. All right, so this is a little longer video of Jordan Peterson addressing young men in the red pill manosphere space.
As a class of creature, there's something wrong with you, because they're right. You're wrong. They're right to not pick you. If they're not picking you, it's because they're right.
Wow.
Now, that might get... I know that's a terrible thing to say, and I know perfectly well.
Oh, wait. At least it's acknowledging that that's a terrible thing to say. Listen, we're a fan of telling the truth and not pulling back. Let's just tell the truth as it is, right? And I feel like we're big boys. We can handle that, right? But this is the reality that a lot of people need to face right now. If a bunch of people are saying something is off, then you have to kind of pay attention to that. Maybe not receive it as the absolute truth, but maybe pay attention to, why are they saying that? There's something about how they're saying that, as opposed to approaching it from a standpoint, no, they're wrong and I'm right, right? As I always say, it's not really about right and wrong. This conversation is not about right and wrong. If you think it's right, you're right. If you think it's wrong, you're wrong. Oh, sorry, you're right, right? You're always right. But the conversation is a little bit deeper than that.
It wasn't like I was particularly successful with girls when I was young. So I know what that rejection is like. I know what that fear is like. I don't know it as well as some men know it, because I wasn't rejected outright. But what you have to understand is that, what do you expect from women? If you got pregnant because you had sex, you'd be pretty damn choosy too. So
at this point, we can call him a simp, because he's basically trying to understand why a woman feels the way they feel. This is what we tend to do. I don't think it's a simp. I think, if anything, it takes strength to go to that level of understanding, where you're putting yourself in another person's shoes, right? I think it goes. So I want to share this video of Rollo talking about Jordan. Again, we're talking about Rollo Tomassi and his seemingly attack on other men in this space of talking to men and stuff like that, right? So let me play this video.
Human, sex is still going to be around long after humans have gone extinct. Like, sex is universal. It's what drives every single species. But I'm just surprised at how often we overlook it as an incentive for behavior and how fast things are changing in the realm of sex. I just saw this statistic from the Washington Post showing that from 2008 to 2018, the amount of sexlessness among men under the age of 30 has doubled. So in 2008, 15% of men under age 30 reported not having sex in the past year. And by 2018, it had doubled to about 30%. And for women, it increased slightly. It was something like 10% in 2008 to like 15% in 2018. So there was an increase, a slight increase. But for men, it has doubled to the point where...
Wait. So it looks to me like Rollo is getting excited about these statistics. Excitement is an emotion. Okay? When something hits a nerve, that's an emotion, right? Again, I'm digging in through your actions all the way. Your actions. It's not what you say, it's about how you act, okay? This is him reacting to a video of this young man having a conversation with Jordan Peterson, right? Again, I'm talking about the people that are discounting emotions as a big part of life, as opposed to accepting it for what it is, which is what the red pill is supposed to be. We see it as what it is, we accept it, and then we learn how to navigate instead of discounting reality, right? Or calling anything emotional not reality, when it's precisely exactly that, especially in real time, right? We discount it in exchange for recorded data, right? Let's keep going.
About 1 in 3 young men are reporting that they haven't had sex in the past year, which is a very new thing.
Watch his animation.
Despite the mating apps.
Right, but despite the apps, despite even more support supposedly for sexual freedom and for polyamory.
So we know the stat. The stat is exactly what it is. Like a lot of men. I think the number in recent times is that 30% of men under the age of 30% under 30, I think up to 30 are virgins, right? They experiencing sexlessness, right? Not only that, we also know that 15 to 20% of marriages are experiencing sexlessness, right? So there's a lot of problem going on there, and we notice that the more we discount the effect of emotions, and we discount the idea of romantic relationship, the romance part of it, right? It just gets worse. You ever find yourself in a situation where a woman doesn't want to sleep with you and say, why don't you want to sleep with me? And then she actually, just by saying that, it makes it worse, right? Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We just want to talk about the part that we feel, still feelings, that she doesn't want to have sex because she's punishing us with the sex, right? See, that's the easy route to go, right? But if somebody wants to have sex with you and they're punishing you with it, that would also mean they're punishing themselves. Now, why would somebody not be crazy, right? If somebody who is not crazy, why would they want to punish themselves from something they want? We don't get to that part of the conversation usually, right?
And novel relationship arrangements and the further sort of devaluing of the importance of sex.
Rollo, look at his face. Look at his facial expression. He's more excited about the stats and talking about the problems than coming up with solutions, right? He never talks about solutions. In fact, he has admitted, I have some clips here, he's admitted to the idea that, hey, I don't help people transform, I give them the tools to transform. That's something that a guru will say, right? You don't help people transform, but you give them the tools to transform. Yeah, we all do that. Anyone can give tools, or what they call tools. But at some point, if you're building a nation, a followership, a massive followership of people that are bonding on the problems, I will hope you give them some kind of solution, right? And that's what I'm saying here. A lot of people will say that book has changed their lives because it helps them see the true nature of human beings. They usually say the true nature of women, but actually his book did a great job at talking about the true nature of both men and women, right? His book did a great job at doing that, right? And like I said earlier, the goodness of that book stays in that book. Application of that book is entirely a different topic altogether. Just like application of a lot of the rhetorics that a lot of the gurus in those spaces, application is lacking much, right? Application skills. Let's keep going.
More people are having less of it, men and women, but especially young men.
Yeah, well, my understanding is that's damn near epidemic in Japan.
Okay.
So
What's
there's
happening?
Also an epidemic here.
a tremendous number of young men in Japan are falling into that category. And in fact, this society has become increasingly sexless.
I
even
want to
among
know,
young people.
right? I want to know what is causing this, right? We need to go, instead of talking about the actual problem, the one that we see, the symptom, right? We got to go to we have to do a deep root cause analysis. We have to understand why. And by the time I completed this video, there was no talk about why. Granted, it's a short video, right? There was no talk about why it's happening so we can help more people solve the problem. We just get excited about talking about the problems and the symptoms, right? That's what you will find a lot in these spaces.
I mean, that's reflected to some degree in the declining birth rate. But now, it's been a long time since I looked at the statistics, but that's my understanding. And so if it happened there, it's not surprising that it, might happen here. And that might be a consequence, too, of this emergent polygamy that we were describing, is that all the...
No, Jordan, it is happening here. In fact, the stats that Rob's quoting are exactly the same stats that I quoted I think it was last 2 weeks ago. Last Wednesday, actually a week ago, when I was talking about male virginity, and I was using those stats. And there's a whole lot more that go along with that. I don't want to dig those out. Go back to that show and you can have a look at those. But it's here and it's been here. We've understood this since, they did the research from 2008 to 2018. So I've known about this stuff for almost 2.5 years at the very least. We know this. In fact, it was big headlines in the Black Pill Doomer communities. Oh, look, we're doomed. But what these guys don't, what Jordan really doesn't.
What are we crying about? I hate to say it that way, but what are we complaining about? Maybe it's a better way to say it, right? Are we complaining that what is the root cause? And what is the cause of this? What is the deeper cause of this, right? As opposed to pointing fingers at the women. Is it because women are not giving us sex? Or could it be something else entirely, right? If women are just meant to give us sex as men, right? And just give it to us as a duty, right? What will be the value in it for a woman, right? Do we even get to that point of asking that question? Why would she want to do that? Outside of a 1970, 1960 reason. Like back then, it was okay to make it a duty because the women needed us to survive, right? But in this time and age, clearly something is different somewhere. I'm still asking, what is the cause? Why is it that men up to 30, right, are virgins up to the age of 30? 30% of them. 1 out of every 3, right? Okay, so yes, it's not just in Japan. There's an epidemic in Japan, they said. But here is an epidemic here right now as well. What is the real reason? Those are the questions that we still need to answer. We know what the problems are, right? So let's go to again, he's been attacking quite a few people, but I'll come back to Rollo if I have time. There's a young lady here that I feel like we should definitely make sure we cover. Her name is Jen, from Jen on the Block. So she ended up in the manosphere because she was on the lead attorney show. Lead attorney. Let's see here. What's going on, John? What's going on, John, my brother? Nwabufo Ude Mezue. What's going on? I already talked about Kemi Adetiba. We talked about the fact that she got proposed to at the wall, you know, or beyond the wall, age beyond 30 years of age, and we talked about that already. So maybe you may want to talk about that, or come back and watch this video once we're done. But you're going to be entertained with what we're about to talk about right now.